Hey guys, Extrasify here. Welcome back to another episode of our 50 runs. This time we are doing Uldaman. Now let's get into how to farm it. Alright guys, so one nice thing about Uldaman, aside from the BOE blue zone drops, is that there are actually a few super items that are worth millions. Some of those being the Pendulum of Doom, the Miner's Hat of the Deep, the Papal Fez, the Spalders of a Lost Age, the Shadowforge Bushmaster, the Digmaster 5000, and last but not least, the Jackhammer. Now, if you get any of those items are literally worth 1,000,000 gold plus because you can run Uldaman well over 1,000 times and never loot any of them, like I have. I've probably done 11 or 1200 runs of Uldaman in my time of farming, and I've never seen any of those drops, unfortunately. Maybe one day. So, obviously, Uldaman can be quite a confusing dungeon if you're not used to farming it. I will put a route that I use on the map. This is, in my opinion, the most effective route. As you can see, we just got an Excavator's brand for 9,400 gold. That is pretty nice in the run. But aside from that, this dungeon can be quite confusing. And overall, there's just a lot of little twists and turns in order to farm it effectively and to kill all of the mobs. But I'll put the route on screen like I said, and it's not too bad once you get used to the route itself. It takes me right about 5.5 to 6 minutes with a speed set, so you'll never have any fear of getting the 10 runs an hour lockout that sometimes happens. Just make sure to dream walk out once you're all the way done at the very end. Now at this little altar, you have to click on it and channel for a few seconds to summon the golems, and you have to do the same thing at the very last boss, which I will show in just a second again. Basically, once you get past the final boss, you want to make sure you always go to this little last chest. You have another chance of getting some great gear. Then just go ahead and dreamwalk out vendor and then dreamwalk back in, reset, and you're good to go for the next run. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump straight into the loot. So starting off, we actually got a BOE Epic World drop, which was a little surprising. We got the Gloves of Holy Might. Now this has actually a region value of 50,000 almost, which really is kind of crazy to me. It is a unique appearance for leather, but it's only 3,600 on my server, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is when you play on a full pop, so can't complain. Aside from that, let's get into the BOE dungeon drops from Uldaman that we got. So we got 2 earthen rods. These are kind of crap. They're 500 gold on my realm, but they're a few thousand on the region. We got 2 nice ones. We got 2 excavators brands. These are really cool, like torch looking mace. They're 9,000 on my realm, about 15,000 region wide. Definitely not too bad, and they have a pretty good sale rate as well. We actually got pretty lucky. We got a great old obsidian cleaver. This has a 50,000 gold region value. Only 4,500 gold on my realm. That is kind of crazy to me. I might look into maybe if I buy a couple and kind of up the price. Might be worthwhile, but we'll see. I don't know. We got a leg guards of the vault. They have a 10,000 region value. These are more common when you're farming Uldaman. You're gonna get this one quite often, so it's only worth like 700 on my auction house. Along with this earthen rod, you're gonna get these a bunch, so that's why it's only like 500 on my auction house. But you know, I'll take it. Then this one was actually really surprising. So we got a skull plate bracers. This is a unique appearance for male wrist. The price is kind of crazy. I don't expect it to sell for this much because it is a wrist, and wrists have a hard time selling. But it's got a value of 59,000 gold on my realm. Region price is like 300k. I highly doubt that will sell for that. So I believe that is a bit inflated for sure. Aside from that, we got a couple world drop blues. We actually got a sheep shear mantle from a chest, a couple thousand gold, and a crush ridge bindings as well from a chest, a couple thousand gold there. We got a really nice guardian belt pattern for 36,000 gold on my realm. Has about 100,000 gold region value. That was really nice to see. And then I kept this formula because it's worth about 1,200 gold region wide, and it has a really good sale rate, 0.022. So definitely can't complain about that. Now I kept a few green sets that had some decent value. As you guys know, I keep everything worth about 1,000 gold plus, starting with 2 brigade defender shields, about 1,200 each. There's actually none on my auction house, which is quite surprising, so we'll see what those prices will be. Got the Knight's Crest. I got 2 of those worth 2,500 gold each. Not bad at all. Got a combat shield worth about 3,000 gold. It is a unique appearance. And then we got 3 renegade shields. These are about 1,400 gold region wide. Kind of crappy on my realm. I might vendor 1 or 2, but wanted to highlight this one as well, as renegade is a good set as well from vanilla. Then we got the chief brigadier. Not sure how you pronounce that, but this is a really good set from Uldaman. Each of these pieces goes for like 1 to 2k. I got one of the shoulders. We got a couple of the chest pieces as well. We got the wrist piece, and I don't believe we got any more. Oh, we got the Chief Brigadier boots for 1,700. That one's really nice. Another good set from Uldaman is the male combat set. The chest piece is about 2,200 gold. The male combat leg guards, which is what you're really after because they're a little revealing, is worth about 4,000 gold. And another good set is the captain's leggings. This is another quite revealing leg plates. We got 2 of those for about 1,400 gold. Anything else? Oh yes, we got the jouster's leg plates, about 1,700 gold on my auction house, about 1,200 region wide. And lastly, some field plate boots for about 1,100. So all in all, a pretty decent haul. Uldaman's really good for getting lower price transmogs to kind of fill out your auction house. Keep in mind, I vendored everything that wasn't really valued at like 1,000 gold. That's just what I do for these 50 runs. I post everything over about 40 or 50 gold for transmog, but for these 50 runs, I just like to keep it straightforward and make, a highlight of the better items that you can expect from these dungeons. So let's get into the value real quick of everything in my bags and what you guys can expect when farming Uldaman. Now let's get into the value. So now keep in mind the skull plate bracers are really inflating this value, so knock off about 250,000 or so. If we do that, we'll be at about a little over 400,000 value in 5 hours of farming. So very solid results. Definitely, hit or miss dungeon. Don't come in expecting these numbers. Uldaman can be really nice to you, and it can also really be mean to you, and you can really not get much of anything in an hour's worth of farming. That's all I've got for you guys in this week's episode of 50 Runs. Make sure to let me know in the comments what dungeon you guys want me to farm for next week's video. I'm always taking recommendations. And aside from that, make sure to check out my other 50 runs videos and any of my other gold making guides if you haven't checked those out. And aside from that, good luck with your auction house sales, and I shall see you all in the next video.